My mom wants to make me wear a chastity belt. How do I get her to stop? I'm 15. My family is deeply religious. I respect that, but sometimes, no, I'm 15, and I have to, rub one out. I try not to, but I can't concentrate on anything else if I don't. And like if I see a pretty girl, it will get worse. It basically feels like sleeping to me. If I don't do it, I can't function. I don't know if I'm normal or not. I'm definitely ashamed of it. But I'm not lying, I promise. My mom doesn't believe me. She said I'm going to hell if I continue doing it. She even said I was a child lover because when I watched intimate videos, they were women without private hair. My dad is out of the picture, so I can't talk to him and ask him if this is a guy thing. Anyway, my mom has tried a lot of things to get me to stop. She took my door off, for example. She grounded me and stuff. I try to hide it so she gives up, but now she's decided to get some kind of device and put it on me so that I can't touch myself. It's some sort of thing that will be stuck on me and I'd have to ask for permission to go to the bathroom or even just adjust my junk. If I do touch it, I run the risk of cutting my willy off. She seems serious and it wouldn't be out of character for her. She also does other weird things, like on Fridays we can't eat at all because of Jesus. I try to respect that, but oftentimes I go out on a bike ride and get food somewhere. I get hungry. She's even burned us if we committed any sins. I have a brand on my shoulder of a Bible verse. What I want to know is, can I refuse to wear her device? I pretty much know I will lose my phone, she'll probably sell it so I can't get it back, and stuff if I refuse, but I personally think that going a while without my phone is kind of fine. I want my grades to stay okay so that I can get into college and have some control over myself, and I can't do that if I'm constantly hot and bothered by every girl I see cause, well you know. So yeah, this is kinda embarrassing. I hope I don't need to share my personal information with anyone here. I live in Ohio and go to a private school. We got help. I got my 13-year-old brother after school yesterday and we went to see my math teacher. I didn't tell him all the details, but I told him my mother wanted to put a device on me to keep me from having intimacy, and my brother and I showed him the healed burn things. At first he wanted to call our mom, but that actually made my brother cry in fear, so he didn't, because I told him I'd run away and call the police if he did. He called a bunch of people, and about an hour later the police and a bunch of other people showed up. Apparently they'd already been suspicious about our neighborhood. They talked to us away from each other and I had to tell several people what happened. There was one lady who I told everything real specific. She was very nice and didn't make me feel ashamed at all. We went back home with them and I showed the police where my mother kept drugs that I'm pretty sure were illegal. She wasn't there, but all my other 6 siblings who were homeschooled were. Then they went down the street to where my mom and our preacher were, and I don't know what happened, but they arrested her, I think, for drugs and other stuff, and someone else whose house they were at because they were doing drugs, I think. That's what they usually do, but not the preacher. I think they're gonna look into it though. There were a bunch of people and police who talked to all of us more, and eventually they took us to a place where they said we'd stay for now. Like a shelter or something. I should have done this years ago. I feel really bad because I could have had my siblings taken better care of. I don't really know what's happening or gonna happen, but the place I'm in now is way cleaner than I'm used to, and we have clothes and stuff and food, and we don't have to watch toddlers anymore. They weren't happy when they figured out stuff like the burns and that my 11 and 10-year-old sisters can't read at all. They also weren't very happy with our house, I could tell. I hope we don't have to go back. My mother was charged with several things and is in jail, but I don't think they actually put her in for the crimes yet.